Save Long Island was always, since working with Yale and like getting involved with them, and moving down to Austin and being in the office and learning the political tactics that we use, how we use different types of mediums to make the change that we do, and contacting constituents and voters and stuff like that, and getting them involved. It was like, I love Long Island. Long Island is my home. At this point, I had moved back and everything, and I'm like, I love this place, and I don't want to see it be destroyed by what goes up on in Albany and in New York City and stuff, and how they have a stranglehold in the state. And I'm like, what if I kind of replicated what National Association for Gun Rights does, and what Yale does, and all these other organizations, Student for Life and a few others? They all use the same base models to do what they do. And why don't I do that on the county level in New York, in Suffolk County and Nassau County? So that's when I sort of started getting the idea to, let's build something of my own. And I've always had that sort of entrepreneurial mindset. I want to eventually, at some point, whether it's 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, whatever it is, work for myself and own my own thing. So it was a combination of, I love the place and the people here. Sometimes people can be hard to deal with, but I love them. It's a love-hate relationship out here, because everybody's so headstrong, but I'm a product of that as well. And then, the entrepreneurial side, as well as the political involvement, and knowing that there's so much corruption within local governments, especially here. I mean, hell, I live in Brookhaven town. The nickname for it is Crookhaven because of how corrupt it is. So it's so bad. So I'm just like, you know what? Let me try. And that's really what this is right now. Save Long Island is, I'm giving it a shot. And, the thing is, political climates are different in a lot of places. Long Island compared to Northern Kentucky, yeah, they're both Republican, but they're two completely different types of Republicans, like I was saying about the nuance in it. And, there's a lot of neoconservatism out here versus the liberty conservatism in Northern Kentucky. So it's like, it's all giving it a shot and seeing where it goes, and just taking what I've learned from these other organizations and just replicating it here on the smaller level. Because at the end of the day, New York is very hard to crack with, having Democrat supermajorities, and Democrat governor that is probably going to be Queen Kathy Hochul for the rest of her life. So it just spawned into, let me work on the county level and fight back. And I want to fight back and, lower taxes. I looked a lot into, behind me here, like the red light camera issue. That was a main thing that we were fighting. And I feel like we were a force multiplier in that fight to push it over the finish line and make sure that we didn't get it reauthorized. So first win on the books, get rid of the cameras, and we're going one step further now at the county level to get them banned outright so that they can't ever come back, because it's an election year. They knew that there was a lot of public backlash. I mean, I had, a lot of petition signatures for it, and people calling up the state senators, telling them not to take up the bill. So even though it's state level, we were still able to make stuff work. And you just sort of hit the pressure points that you need to, and things happen.
But what's that like, to go yell at the government to its face?
It's fun. It actually kind of worked out in a good way for me, where over the past few months, like early this year, I was up in Maine. I testified in Maine and was talking to the legislators there, and state legislators, and then New Hampshire, same sort of thing. So then when I was doing Save Long Island and got down to the county level, whether it's good or bad to say, I don't hold those people in the same regard. First of all, I don't hold politicians in any sort of regard. Politicians are tools, not people. You use them, abuse them for what you want out of them, and then you get them out of office when they start giving you backlash. But at the same time, I went in there and I'm like, this is my county. This is what I care about. And it's not just me. I'm not speaking for me. I'm speaking. And if you, when you listen to the videos, I started off with, my name is Angelo Veltri, and I'm here on behalf of the members and supporters of Save Long Island. I'm not speaking for me. Yes, I do believe in all of this stuff, but I'm speaking on behalf of the thousands of people that have signed the petition, the thousands of people that want us to change the way that things are functioning out here, because they're obviously not working in favor of the people. So when I go there, I know that, I had one of the legislators there. I called him out. The one that I told you where he said that the cameras were a good revenue generator. He came around after I got done with that testimony, and I called him out on it. And he started yelling at me, and he goes, "What? I didn't say, you're a lying piece of shit." And he said it in front of everybody in the crowd. But that's the thing. All those people there are lobbyists. Nobody from the general public goes to these meetings. Until last time, where I brought down 20 people with me, and we all got up there and spoke and told them to ban red light cameras. So then once you start getting that show of force and all those people down there, it's not just me anymore. I had a bunch of people in the crowd wearing this pin, ban red light cameras pin, and everybody just had it on there, and you can see it in the video. Like, there's people sitting there with it, and it's a show of force. And at this point, and especially after the last meeting, they know that we're not going anywhere. Like, you're going to have to deal with us. And next time it's going to be 40 people down at that meeting, and then 60. And then if you wanted to stop, then just ban the red light cameras. So
strength in numbers.
Exactly. No, that's all it is. Because, people get told all the time, call your rep, tell them this, tell them that. Nobody does it. But when you do it in a coordinated fashion, because if somebody gets, 5 phone calls one day, 10 the next day, 10 the following day, they're going to be like, all right, whatever, people are calling about this. But then when they get blasted with 100 or 200 in a day, or even in a few hours, they're like, oh, people are catching wind of this. People are paying attention. I need to cover my ass now. So it's all about just, taking what people care about and, what they believe in, and filtering that through to the people that are the decision makers, which are the county legislators.